This show is sponsored by PSE Archery, Millennium Tree Stands, Hunter Safety System, Third Arm, Extreme Archery Products, Axe Broadheads, The Chase Deer Scent, and Antler Insanity.
Hi, welcome to this webisode of All Archery Outdoors. Our new season's coming up, and I want to do a few videos on some of our new products, our new sponsors. We've got some great sponsors this year. We've come a long way since last year, and we've got a real good season 2 planned. I want to go through one of our sponsors, personal friends of mine, Extreme Archery Sights. They've come out with the new EXR series sights. I'm going to show you one. I got a bow set up right here, and I'm going to show you a little bit about the EXR series sights. This right here is the 1700, the EXR 1700. It is a 5-pin sight, micro adjust. Everything on this sight is micro adjust and fully locks down. This is the sight that I personally use the most. I really like the EXR series because it is just a tougher, more accurate sight. You can really fine-tune this sight. I'm going to show you go through a few of the adjustments and the high points of the sight. Like I said, it is a 5-pin, and you can get those pins in any size that you want, you know. Or depending on how blind you are. I'm pretty blind, so I have to have a bigger pin. But this right here, these EXRs come with a needle point. I'll put it right there so you can see it. You see the needle point right here. That needle point is how you determine where your adjustment is, and all the EXRs are laser marked and numbered, so you can know exactly where you're moving, how much you're moving. And to adjust the left and right on the EXR series, you break that loose. This little lock right here, you just simply break that loose. The red knob on the side has a rubber O-ring around it to help you grip it. And all you do is, once you break it loose, just start turning this dial, and it'll slowly, and it is a slow adjustment because it is a micro. It doesn't use a ball bearing to where it's clicking. When you use a ball bearing and you have a hole in that ball bearing, it's got to fall in each slot and ride on slots. You have a dead space in there where you can get to a point where you can't get exactly on. This works on a slide rail. It is not a ball bearing. It simply slides. And with it sliding like that, there's no dead spot or in-between spot. There's no ball bearing to jump out and go missing. So it's a real fine-tunable sight. It's a highly accurate sight. But when you get your left and right adjusted, simply turn this back down, lock it. And on the EXRs too, you can actually, you see this hole right here, you can take and put a wrench through that hole. And grab my wrench right here. You can take a wrench, put in that hole, and break the handle loose. Take the handle on the lock off to where it cannot be messed with anymore. That's one thing I've never really thought about, but is a pretty neat thing on the EXR series sights. You can take that out to where now no one can mess with the adjustment. Your kids can play with your bow. I got 4-year-old twins, so my bows get manhandled a pretty good bit, but you can take that out, or you can adjust it to wherever position you want. It's got several positions you can move that lock pin in, but that's a good little feature. Just make sure you keep up with that if you do decide to take them out. Put this one back in. If you're going to go on a trip somewhere and you got your bow sighted in it, it's not a bad idea to take it out. The up and down works the same way. You break that lock pin loose right there, and this is your adjustment for your up and down right here. You just turn that knob, and you have the line, laser etched lines and adjustment in it right here. The EXR also comes available. You can get a lens to put in this. It is threaded for a lens, to whatever power lens you would need. Try to turn it where you can see how it is threaded for a lens right there. You can put a lens in and put a thread cap on it, and you've got a magnification in this scope. But, that's the EXR 1700 in camo. It also comes with a light. Like I said, folks, this is one of the better sights on the market for the money, and it is super accurate and super dependable, and it's guaranteed. This right here, you can. They got 2 positions on here for your light. You can put it in the bottom right here, and what it'll do from the bottom, I'm gonna turn it on. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on camera, but on the bottom, with the light in the bottom position, your bottom pin will be your brightest pin. It will light all the pins up, but your bottom pin will be the brightest. And you cut. I'm gonna cut that off, and I'm gonna show you. If you choose for your top pin to be the brightest, all you do is move your sight, your light onto the top bracket, and it simply just screws in the top of the sight, and you use your, if you'll notice your top pin right here when I turn it on, it will become the brightest running down. Got one more sight right here I want to show you, and it's the 1700. This was the 1700, and I'm going to show you the single pin Ranger EXR next. Alright folks, this is the EXR Ranger. It is a single pin slider. You mount this right here. This is your mount bracket. You'll mount that on your bow, and your lowest adjustment right here will be 20, 30, 40, 50. You can go right on up to 100 yards if you want to. Like I said, it is a single pin slider. This is the rubber coated version. It's black and rubber coated. It works the same way. It has the lock pin. It has the laser etched numbers on it for the fine adjustment. This sight has a fiber-optic wrap. Is the only different thing on it. If you'll notice around the outside edge right here, all the way around the housing is a fiber-optic wrap. So it's really a bright pin. It's super bright. I'll let you look at it right there. But, it is also threaded for a lens. But, you can see when I turn the light on right here, it gets super bright. And what that light does, it's built on the EXR Ranger. It is actually built to shine directly on those fiber optic wraps around the housing. And it also comes with a level and a really high vis tape for your yardage markers. I always mark mine in pencil so I can change it anytime I change bows, because I change bows like I change underwear. So I go through a lot of different bows just because I enjoy shooting different bows. But this is the lock. What you would do when you need to make an adjustment, say a deer comes out and he's 40 yards and you're set on 25, you break this loose, just slide it right up the rail, and then when you get it to whatever yardage, you just tighten it back down and put a pin on him and shoot him. And that's the EXR Ranger. Alright, I was going to show you this. This is actually the Dovetail Mount. It's the EXR Dovetail Micro Adjust. So it's very similar to the 1700, but it's just a dovetail mount where you can extend it or bring it in closer to the bow, depending on, a lot of people are nearsighted. Some people have trouble seeing pins up close. So this is the dovetail mount. It is micro adjust, works exactly the same way as the 1700. Comes with the light, micro adjust, adjustable pins, and the locks. But the dovetail is real popular with tournament shooters because it is threaded for a lens also. But that's the dovetail mount. Alright folks, this is going to wrap this video up. I just want to tell y'all, go out and check the EXR series sights out by Extreme Archery. They make jam up sights. They stand behind those sights. I wouldn't be up here preaching on it if they weren't a good company and stood behind them. This is my new shot that we're in today. I try not to put anything gimmicky in my shot, and especially on my bow. My hunting and what I do day to day is my livelihood. I live to hunt. Everything that you see on my bow, I live and die by. I think a lot of the products I use, if I use them. But, y'all go out and check out the Extreme Archery sights, the EXR series. Y'all stay tuned for season 2 of All Archery Outdoors. Thank y'all.
If you like this show, watch our other shows at hunt365.tv. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking the button on the screen, or connect with us and receive notices of all our new episodes by liking our Facebook page.